I lost 30 pounds by eating right, by reducing my calorie intake. And this is the tool, Cronometer, that helped me to do it. Watch me as I take you on a guide, on a tour through Cronometer and see if it's a product that you would like to use. I like it way better than all the other apps out there. Let me show you why. In this video, I'm going to go over the Cronometer like I promised you. If you're watching, this is what the Cronometer looks like, and this is the one that I recommend that you use. This is a desktop version, the one I'm showing you right here. And here's your dashboard. It does come I have the free version. I've never paid for it. It comes with ads, I think, if you use just the free version. And then there's some things you don't get. I don't use it for all of these other things. You can use it for exercising, streaks, your weight change. You can do a lot of things with this, just like you could with a lot of the other apps. But I have that all on my iWatch, and so I don't need to use, and on my iPhone, I use the regular iPhone apps for that. This one here, the Cronometer, you can download it in the App Store or Google Play. And so you can have it on your phone. And on the phone, it would look a little different than this. It would just have the food area, and then you'd have to click for the other things. Now, the one thing that's really cool about this one is that it does a lot of things, which I'm going to show you, which I have not found any of the other apps. And I have tried lots of apps for logging your food intake every day. So you have this area here where this is your diary. So if you click on your diary, then you're going to have all of these things that you can do on a daily. Here's your energy. This needs to be reset. This was from a long time ago before I changed mine to all the way down to really bad. Like this, like I need to be 1200 or below calories per day in order for me to lose weight. So then here's your foods. And what you can do is you can put in a recipe here. You can put in custom foods, and you can search for foods if you don't have them there. But what I'm going to show you how I use this is, so I'm going to put in today's food. Now, the best way to do this is to always fill it in as you're eating, because if you wait, you're going to forget the different things. Now, you could keep like little Post-its next to you or something, or notes on your phone and add those in. The problem again is then you're not keeping track of the calories meal by meal or every time you eat. So I'm going to show you what I've done today, and we're going to see how bad I did. And remember, in the last live that I did with you last week, I was going over that I know that I fell off like the wagon, so to speak. Like I know that I'm eating some things that I don't normally eat. My grandkids are here. It's summer. We're going on a lot of trips. I also do this restaurant review once a week of a different restaurant in Provo. So I'm not going to order a salad in every restaurant I go to. So we're going to add a food, and every day there's certain ones that I have every day. So here I'm going to add my Brazil nut because actually, let's do the apple cider vinegar, which doesn't have any calories. And I'll find my Bragg one here. And then I'm just going to down here, you will see you can choose tablespoon. This one has tablespoon, but a lot of times they'll give you other options. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons there. And as you can see, it doesn't do anything, and it doesn't give me any nutrients as well. So what I really love, so now we're at 0. See, sorry, I'm going so fast. So once here, you'll see all your macronutrient targets. You're going to have your proteins, your carbs, your fats, and your energy, which is your calories. Then down here, it's going to give you a score, how you're doing. And here we're going to see all of the necessary vitamin A, C, B12, folate, these are going to fill up as you fill in the foods, and then you can see they turn green when you've done everything when you're there. So you'll see this as we do this today. So you'll have all of your vitamins here, your carbs, which is going to include your sugars and starches and fibers, and net carbs. You're going to have your fats, and it's going to include your 3s and your 6s. You're going to have your proteins, and it's going to list all the different types of proteins. And one of the things I want to show you is how much of these proteins you can get from eating vegetables and beans and grains, and really cutting down like on the red meat and the pork and things like that, the high fatty. Now, I had a hamburger today, so that's not good, but it was a homemade one, but still not good. It wasn't on my plan to do either. And then here's my minerals, and that's another thing. One of the things, and we'll talk about that in my live, probably we'll do that live tomorrow or Wednesday, about planning or not planning. So now let's go. And now the next thing that I eat every day, besides all my water, which I'm not going to log because I already know, I eat a Brazil nut, and I want to show you why. So I eat one, and I only eat one unsalted, and I make sure it's raw. And come down here, it's 31 calories for one Brazil nut. Okay. And then I have one each. Now I'm going to add this, and you're going to see here, it already has protein and everything in it, but look how much fat in it. It has a lot of fats in there, the good fats, of course. And so we're going to have this, and this is coming in at 31 calories. So it's going to log here on my calories. On my protein, I have a little green sliver. On my fat, I've got my red because you're not supposed to have a lot of fat. And then we're going to come down here, and I want to show you what this has in it and why I do this. You get all your selenium in one Brazil nut. Look at that. That's pretty amazing to me. Super amazing. And you get your omega-6, some of that. And then you've got here some of your protein. But what's really cool, and it has a tiny bit of zinc, but all selenium tends to be a hard mineral to get every day. And I already have that covered just by eating one 31 calorie Brazil nut. So no matter how many supplements you take, it's always better to get your nutrients from the foods that you eat. And this is why I do this. I want to get all of these marks up. And I will tell you right now, I never get my calcium all the way up. Have a difficult time with my D unless I'm drinking my almond milk, which I don't drink every day. So now the next thing I had this morning or mid morning was I had my strawberries because they're in seasons, and I had raw, and I had 12 ounces. So I'm going to come down here, and it shows me my serving size, and you can do ounce, cup, ounces, extra large. I don't like using the medium large because we don't really know. So I always try to do ounces, and I know it was 12 ounces because I have a scale and I weigh it on there. So that was 109 calories. Now let's click that. And let's see. Ooh, look at that. Look at my good carbs, my healthy carbs. And then my vitamins. So if we look here, look again, from 100 calories, I got 260% of all my vitamin C. So never worry about, you can't really overtake vitamin C if you're drinking lots of water, because your body will use up what vitamin C you need, and then you will pee the rest out. Don't worry about it. But you'll see, look how much manganese 12 ounces of strawberries has. 76%. Do you see that? It's copper, iron. People think meat is the only thing that has iron, when in reality, these all have a lot more iron in them. Veggies and fruits and stuff have lots of iron. So this is like really nice. I'm getting some nice numbers here. And you'll see I have my potassium, my folate, iron, fiber, good healthy fibers. And so this is really not coming along nicely. And so I have eaten 140 calories already. Okay. And then what I did was I also had oatmeal. So we're going to put my oats in here. And I had I'll just use the quick. And I had a half a cup. So now you'll see grains carry a lot. And this is one of the reasons a lot of diets tell you not to eat any grains, because they don't know how to lower those calories with grains in your diet. But look at how healthy the protein, 12% of my protein for the whole day, lots of carbs, healthy fats. So we're going to add this to my list here. And now I'm at 293 calories. All right. And you'll see the chart going on here. And then let's come down here and look at our stats here. Nice. And we'll look at the fiber. I'm at 37%, nice and healthy. And then lots of these. So you're going to have your B's vitamins inside of your grain. So that's healthy. And then my protein went up, and look at the nice proteins it has. So if you're looking at your micronutrients, you'll see that this is starting to fill up. And here's omega-3, omega-6s, and stuff like that. So that's really good. Now, the next thing I try to eat every day is black beans. So we'll go to our black beans. I'm just going to put canned and drained, and I never eat them, so I'll do a half a cup. You need at least a half a cup a day for your brain. 2 cups if you can have higher calories, but I typically stick at half a cup in the beginning of the day, and I'll eat some more at night if I don't eat anything else that's rising up my calories. but I'm at 400 calories. Now, if I only eat 400 more calories today, which I can promise you I'm eating more than that today, that I would lose weight quickly. And I know that's not healthy to be under there, but remember, the older you get, the less calories you consume and the less calories you need, the less energy you produce. So now let's look and see with these beans what that has done to us. Look at these numbers. So your beans are super, super healthy. We are high on all of our irons and our coppers and what else on our folate there, vitamin B1, which is really high on beans. My carbs are looking really nice and healthy. Fats looking really good and healthy here. And then my proteins, look how high the proteins go. 57% of my phenylalanine, whatever that's called, right? So we're getting lots of healthy nutrients here. These are filling up nicely, but you see how low now I haven't had my vitamin A yet. So now, and I don't know if I'm going to get that today. We'll see. So I also had spinach. So we're going to go, my spinach was cooked from fresh and look how 1 ounce is. But today I only had 4 ounces. So I usually try to eat 8 or 10 ounces. So we're going to add that here and see where we're at. Again, our folate's almost completely done. Our iron is now completely done. Vitamin K, there's our vitamin K, totally done. 400 just from that little bit of spinach. I have 4 times more than what I need in vitamin K, which is fine. My iron is filled up. Manganese is filled. See all of these numbers nice and filled up from just this little bit of food. Again, protein going up. Little tiny bit of food. 440 calories consumed. That is pretty good. All right. So now with my oats, I had almond milk. So I'm going to come here to my almond milk and I'm trying to find one. Nope, that's not the one. I'm trying to find one with 30. They never have it, do they? Here's 36 is the closest I can ever find. Mine is only 30 calories. And I had a half a cup of that. So I'm going to put in that. And we'll add that to it, and that's going to give me a lot of my calcium there. So what I should do is drink more of that today, maybe, and then I won't have these numbers like this. So then what I'll do is the other thing that I eat is going to be my sardines. So I'm going to put my sardines, I try to eat those, and I do the ones in the olive oil, and I have a whole can. So I'm talking about 191 calories. I'm going to add that whole thing, and I want to show you something. I'm gone now up to 649. And this is like a breakfast. This can be lunchy, and then we're starting dinner, right? Here, we're going to look and see where these numbers come in at. These are amazing numbers. So here on our minerals now, we are almost completely done with food. And then our proteins are almost completely done with just these foods that we just ate. My omega-3s totally done. Omega-6 is only, not there quite yet, but still really good. And calcium, because sardines have a lot of calcium. So I've got a lot of calcium there. So the next thing I'm going to eat is a piece of Dave's Killer Bread because I like to make my own bread. And I'll use the 21 whole grains. And I'll eat 1 piece of that today. So we'll put that in here. And my B's should really come up here. So if I could eat 2 pieces, these would probably be filled up. So this is where the supplements come in because I cannot eat. Now my eye vitamins have plenty of vitamin E in there. And what else do they have? I think that's all they have. So I'm low on my potassiums. I'm going to have to work on that. So this helps you to know what to work on. But look at my proteins. They're almost all covered. They're good enough. This is good enough to say, okay, you're done with your protein for today. This is good enough to say you're done with your fats for today. And carbs, I think I need a little bit more carbs. And so the other thing, now I'm at 759 calories, okay? So these are the things that I typically eat every day. And let's put in my broccoli because I eat broccoli for breakfast every morning. And I try to eat up to 12 ounces. So let's just say 12 ounces, well, between 12 and 16 ounces. So that's my breakfast every morning. And we're going to add that in. And now we're almost completed with our vitamin A. Good enough. At 90%, we can say fine, right? Now let's look at our numbers. And again, my vitamin D is short, but that's okay. It's halfway there, but I do take a vitamin D supplement. And like I said, if I would increase, I'm at 878, so I could drink another half a cup of almond milk and that would be fine. But so this is showing you what I could do, what I need to do. I love this because you can look at it and say, okay, what else should I eat today that has these items in it, that has these minerals and vitamins in them? So I'm looking here and see that really I'm pretty good on everything. And my supplements do take care of the rest. But like I said, you want to try to get it from food instead first. But we know that I take lots of vitamin D as a supplement. So I'm going to be okay there. I go out in the sun, so I'm going to be okay there. And my carbs are now met. My fats are met good enough, and my proteins are met. So we can see how well this rounded up, and I'm only at 878 calories. So this would be like a dinner. Actually, this is breakfast. I would move the spinach to the dinner. And this is a typical what I would eat in a day. Now, I did some bad things today. So I am going to show you a couple of those. We're going to go back and do like a yesterday one. So this is the ideal way that I did that. Okay. But I went way over this today and I'll show you how. So now usually how I go over this is I'm going to have some chocolate. So I'm going to I don't think they have a made in Utah chocolate. Let's see. No, that's okay. Let's see if they have Rocky Mountain. There we go. So let's say it's a dark chocolate truffle. It's 132 calories. So I'm going to add that to my thing. So we know now, see, I jumped up to 1,010 calories. So if I eat something like a sweet like that, so I'm going to remove that because I did not eat that today. Delete selected items there. Yeah. But what I did do with my strawberries is I had maple syrup. So I don't put sugar on them, but I did put maple syrup, and I'm putting 1 tablespoon on there. So now I'm up to 930. The maple syrup does give me. Now, if you ever want to know what something has in it, let's click on broccoli. So if you go to broccoli, you can see what it has in it for you. Now, only the broccoli is showing. And what I wanted to show you is, look, broccoli has protein in it. So don't let anyone ever tell you that because broccoli isn't meat, you're not getting your protein. You can get your protein. Look at that, 29% of this one here, 27% of this one here. So you can, just know, like I'm showing you, know how to eat. Look how many minerals broccoli has, and then broccoli has all your vitamin K you need, all of your vitamin C, all of your folate, right? So it's got a lot, and it's got a lot of B's, and super, super healthy. Omega-3s even. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so you just click off of that. If you want to just click off somewhere, then you'll get all of your totals again, which I really love this. All right, so I had maple syrup, and let me think, what else did I have? I think that was all that I had today. When I'm eating strawberries, this is 3 servings of 12 ounces. 4 ounces is a serving. So this is 3 ounces of fruit, which is you typically to lose weight is how much you should only have. Now there's days where I eat a lot worse than that. And that's where now at 9:30, I can eat one more thing. I'm probably let's see what happens if I increase the almond milk to 1 cup, which would be fine because I think that would help. Yep, there I go with my vitamin D. See, it increases that because the almond milk has a lot of vitamin D and calcium in it. And my calcium's now met. So that helped a lot drinking that extra cup, half a cup. So I could even drink another half a cup and be there with 15 calories, right? But let's just say I'm still hungry, so I'm going to get some celery and raw celery, and I'm going to eat 3 stalks of it. So look at that. So celery is a negative calorie. Celery has approximately 5 calories per stalk, but it takes more than 5 calories to digest it. So we call it a negative calorie food. So every time you eat celery, you're burning more calories than you're ingesting. I'm going to add that to the list, and we've got 16 calories there. And let's see if that helps me with anything that I needed. Not really, but it still, actually it did. It even brought up my proteins all the way up to 100%. How about that? Again, don't listen to people when they say veggies don't have all your proteins. They certainly do. Look at this. Of course, I have sardines in there, but other than that, you can still do it. This is an amazing, so now this is really good. The potassium, okay, so I'm going to have to figure out something. I might eat some more nuts on another day, or let's just say we have a 964. Maybe I can eat a few walnuts, maybe. Let's see. I'm not sure, but let's look at walnuts and say we want to eat just 1 ounce. Let's see, 1 ounce is way too many. Let's do a half an ounce. Since I have a scale, I can make sure. That's going to add me, this is where I need to be, 1,057. And let's see, what does that give me for, it didn't increase so I'm going to take that off the list. This is really good for your brain food though. Actually, I'm going to leave it on because it's super good for your brain to have some of those every day. All right, so I think that's good. Now, I don't know if you want to see, let's go to yesterday and do how bad I did. So I had 8 ounces of strawberries. I had my maple syrup and I had heavy cream. I love whipping cream on my strawberries and I don't need a lot. So I put 2 tablespoons on there and just mix the strawberries in it, just like coating them, and then add the maple syrup. And I just love that. And then, but they have it has a lot of bad fats and a lot of calories. You'll see my trans fats here that they're already over what they need to be just from 2 tablespoons, right? We saw before how great everything was. So we're going to add, I had my Brazil nut. So I had that yesterday. So I'm going to add that here. And then I had oats again. So we'll get the oats here. And I had a half of a cup of those. So we'll add those in. Let's look at our chart here. All right, and then I had an orange, and my orange was big. So I had let's go to ounces, because like I said, I don't like to do that with the ounces. I think it was 8 ounces. Yeah, it was about 8 ounces. So we'll add that there. And I didn't have broccoli because it hadn't come in yet. But you'll see all of my manganese filled up. Everything's coming along here. Vitamin C is all done. And then I had almond milk. And this time, let's see, I think it was this one. That's 36, yeah. I had a cup of that. And I'm already at 552, so much higher than today because of that 100 calories towards and the orange that I had, right? So I had 1, 2, 3, 4 servings of fruits. And to lose weight, you should stick at 3 servings of fruits a day. Then I had my spinach, but this time I only had 3 ounces. No, I had 4 ounces. So I'll add that there. Then I had the oatmeal. Then I left I worked. And then I had the spinach and I had, mushrooms. So then I had mushrooms. So we're going to look for mushrooms. I try to eat mushrooms every day. They're one of my superfoods. And I would tell you, about 8 ounces of those sauteed. And those you'll see are full of nutrients, lots and lots of nutrients. So if we just pick the mushrooms here just to go and look and see. Look how nice that is. Look at all your copper, half of your iron. Really, really nice numbers here. And even has protein. Like I said, don't ever let people tell you, look at the B5. That's incredible. B3, your B vitamins are amazing in mushrooms. So as many mushrooms, it's so low calorie and they're filling, which I love. So they fill you up, which makes it really nice. Now let's just go back here. Let's just add another food. Now I did something really bad. Oh, I had my apple cider vinegar, but that doesn't really count, right? Because we saw you don't have to add that in there because it doesn't give you any calories. So you don't have to add that in there. And it doesn't give you any nutrients. It has micronutrients. But then the next thing that I had was a hamburger, which was bad. And I had it was 3 ounces. So I'm not going to put, it doesn't give me that choice of 3 ounces. So what I'm going to do is put a hamburger patty. And I want to they don't have a homemade one, do they? No, it wasn't fast food. Okay, let's do this because I think it was 85% lean. And it's not a cup, so we're going to go to our ounces, and we're going to put 3 ounces. Whew! 200 calories for. So now let's look how bad that hamburger was, even though it was homemade and everything. Trans fats way too high, saturated fat way too high. Yeah, so these are not good. Proteins, of course, lots of proteins because it's beef, and it does have minerals and things like it. Let's click on it and see just what it is by itself. Lots of B12, of course. And then we do have some iron. But remember, we don't need to get the iron we don't need to get that from beef because you saw already all the other foods from that I ate today that have it in there naturally too. And then your proteins. And you saw again, I don't need to have that for my protein. And I could probably feel a lot fuller by eating other things. So now I had some, but now also, let's go back here to add food. And I had a hamburger bun. Now I didn't eat the whole bun, but we're just going to put it on here. I didn't have any killer bread today, which that's not good. And it was white. So, and it was, I would say a medium. And so, yeah, about 120 calories. And look, I'm already at 966 and I'm still hungry. Then, and I had mayonnaise on that. See, this is why you have to write everything down. Let me start with Duke's real mayonnaise. And I had 1 tablespoon, look at that, 100 calories. So I'm already at 1 of my 66. Then I was really bad and I had some Lindt white chocolate. I had those Lindt white chocolate and I had it, look at that, 5 pieces. I had, yeah, I would say, no, I had 3 pieces. Why is it doing that? So I guess you only get 5 pieces choice. I could do half. No, I could do 3/4, a third. Okay, let's just do, no, because it was more than that. So it's 75% of that. So still another 200 calories for that, all that fat. And you can see how bad the fats are now. You can see the proteins are all there. But if you look on the minerals, see, I'm going to have to take when you eat like that. Now I have to go take supplements to make up the difference here because I'm way over. I will not lose any weight at this calorie now. I will not lose any weight. When I weigh myself tomorrow morning, I will not have lost any weight, which is really a bummer. Now, let's look at that compared to today, and you'll see I'm at 1057, ate a lot healthier, ate a lot more, and I will lose weight. So at this one here, I probably won't gain weight. I might not. Depends on how much salt was in that mayonnaise. What else would have salt in it? I think that's all because I didn't put salt on the hamburger. But just depending, I might not gain any weight, but I won't lose any. This is a beautiful program for you to try. I love it. You can use it on the phone or I just like to use it on the desktop. It's easier for me because I'm always working. My work is all most of it is on the computer. So hopefully this will give you some guidance into how to work with your calorie intake and choosing the right foods to eat every day.